I'm sure that you guys are curious. If you guys, recently I just announced my retirement from Apex Legends competitive. I will no longer be playing competitive professionally. Yeah, we'll talk about EWC first. So overall, I think we got 21st. Yeah, 1 point. Like, Christ, are we fucking real? Are we real, man? Like, should I just die? Like, holy fuck, I'm cursed. I'm literally cursed. In Japan, here, AWC 1 point again. Like, bro, that was tough, honestly. And yeah, it sucks, you know, like we all made mistakes and we all, you know, like had some problems here and there. But I think overall, you know, not making finals is, you know, it sucks, and I didn't, you know, get to really have the chance to, you know, win. And that's what happened in Japan too. It's just like you don't even get to really try, you know, because when you play a finals lobby and you play bad, it's like, you know, I just suck. You know what I mean? That's just how it feels. But you know, when you don't even get to like compete in the finals, it's just like, bro, just sucks. I think the only way I feel like I would have been like no like sadness at all is a top 3. You know, I think a top 5 would have still made me be like, damn, I wish I played a little bit better. You know what I mean? But a top 3, ending that, you know, my career, you know, I think there would be like no sadness, and just be like, yeah, you know, obviously I would want to win. You know, I think that's like the main thing. It's like the story of, you know, ending in my career, or just like, you know, even general, not even ending my career, just winning in general would have been like, holy fuck. You know, I think that every single time I've played LAN, the people who have won, you know, do they deserve to win? I mean, I think they are, you know, a good enough team. Like VKG, you know, like I didn't expect VKG to win, but they were playing really consistent all through the tournament, and they played really good. And even QQ had like, I think QQ even had a 1v3 clutch inside that last game. And it's just like, dude, like they deserve it. They played fucking phenomenal. And I want to, you know, obviously say like those 3 are really good. Sykes, Guild, and Winnie, they're really fucking good. You know, they definitely, I feel like, were my best teammates in terms of just playing with, you know, understanding each other, you know, even though that we have arguments here and there, and I think that's very normal. I think the reason why we had a lot of arguments were because we had expectations, high expectations for each other. I enjoyed my time with this roster for sure. And, you know, people are going to ask, like, you know, why did I post that retirement video before the tournament and not after the tournament? And, you know, why, you know, everyone's going to ask why. And, you know, I'll kind of go into that a little bit here. I don't think it's like a surprise that I'm retiring from Apex comp. I hope it's not a surprise. I feel like, you know, if you guys have been watching enough of the stream, you guys kind of been, you know, keeping up with me there. It should have been obvious. I wanted to show, or I wanted people to know that the reason why I am retiring was not because of just like a results thing. You know, like I think no matter what I place after the tournament, you know, if I would have got 2nd or 3rd or you know, whatever, like 20th last, you know, if I were to post a retirement video after a tournament, people would just be like, oh, it's because, you know, he didn't win, or blah 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 blah, you know. And also another thing, you know, a lot of people were kind of saying like, you know, it was really up for me to post it beforehand for my teammates or whatever and stuff like that. I'll be honest, it like my teammates all knew before like they even teamed with me, so like it shouldn't have affected my teammates at all. And you know, obviously I'm not going to tell you guys these things way in advance. Like I'm gonna be like, I told Yanya I'm retiring before we even started teaming. You know what I mean? So like these are things way in advance. The reason why I made my decision was not because of any performance or any reason, you know, being like, yeah, I you know, I hate playing with this person, or I hate just the grind, or I hate losing, you know, anything like that. It was actually more because I just wanted to do content creation. You know, like I've been doing for 2 years, and when you watch your peers and you watch these other people do certain things, you know, you feel like you're missing out, you know. And I know that if I was a content creator and I quit, I'd be like, damn, like I'm missing out on competition. I could be that team. I could have been that guy who wins, you know. And so I just didn't really know what I wanted to do, because I knew that I was going to be missing out no matter where, because I knew I could do both. I could be a pro player, I could be a streamer, and that's why I decided to be a pro player, because I'm not going to stay young forever, and I'm not going to be in my my prime of like gaming forever, and I can only compete for so long, but I can always be a content creator, you know. And that's kind of why I decided to be a pro player. And I'm telling you right now, like the amount of times I have free time in this past year is like almost zero, you know. Like, yeah, sure, I go to EDC, I go to Coachella, I go do this here and there, but like my day-to-day is like, it's pretty tough, you know. Like I wake up and I pretty much go to the gym, I come back, I eat, I get ready for scrims, I warm up, I scrim, and then afterwards we VOD review, and then I pretty much go on my phone for like an hour, and I go to sleep and do the same thing every single day. You know, it was just that every single fucking day. And you know, I didn't really have time to, you know, go out and hang out with my friends, or, you know, really just really watch anime. You know, all I was doing was just work, and you know, and yeah, it's a full-time job. It was life. Yeah, being a content creator, you have more freedom. You know, you could do whatever you want. You can stream, have some, you know, play games. Like if I was a content creator, I can go play games with my friends, right? I can go do these things, you know, and just it was a little bit, it's just more flexible. And honestly, that's a lifestyle I kind of wanted to have. But I was also like okay with, you know, being on a routine and being on a schedule. It wasn't like the worst thing. But you talk about your chemistry with Winnie. It was fun. What's it called? Like she helped me learn a lot about IGLing, and I really appreciate that. Like she helped me understand why certain things are really good and really bad. Winnie is like a really knowledgeable girl about like legitimately everything related to the game and outside the game, and she helps me like understand the perspective of like why things worked and why things didn't work between like certain people, and why things worked in like for like certain parts of the games, like macro, micro relationships, how to like speak to your teammates and certain things. Yeah, she really knows her stuff. So I really appreciate her to help me understand, because at times I'm like, you know, I think this would be really good, and I would say like, yeah, like this and this, but then she'll be like, yeah, that just doesn't work. Yeah, I like to take a lot more risks, and I think that like the game doesn't always have to be like textbook, but she has taught me why playing this textbook's play style would be better. She helped me learn a lot about like rotations and macro, and like why these certain spots are better. You know, it's just a lot of things. She made things really easy to understand, so I appreciate that. I think that's like the most laugh I've ever had while competing with people. So yeah, it was a good team. I enjoyed that. I really did. Who's one player that you wish you could have teamed with before retiring? Probably Hal. I think Hal was definitely one of them. But I don't think there was never a world where I think me and Hal would ever team, unless it was when he was IGLing and I would be a fragger. That's like the only time, but that was like in the past. Hey, but technically I did team with him for Rebel Legends In, so I'll take that. I'll take that. Is Hal that good? Oh, he's that good. That's Imperial Hal that we're speaking about here right now. That is my CEO.